don't feel like pulling out my green screen and camera for this. You want to know something crazy? Timothy Reviews is 9 years old. For those who don't know, which I'm going to assume is all of y'all, I started doing Timothy Reviews in 2016. I was 14 then, and I did this until 2020, when I essentially rebooted everything to make my videos more professional, I guess. Yes, I know the Timothy Reviews Revival name was pretty silly. Some people make fun of me for it.
Timothy Reviews, Revival, Reloaded, Rehash, man, I don't, whatever the fuck you name is.
From 2016 to 2019, I made reviews/skits. And I'm not just talking about a few videos here and there. I made over 178 videos. I don't know, man. I just felt like taking one extended trip down memory lane. For clarity, I'm mainly just talking about the sketches in those reviews I did a couple of years back, which you already know what that means. It's bald-headed Tim, y'all. Look at that motherfucking chrome dome. This is the Tim before he grew his hair out. The Tim before he had any useful equipment aside from his phone. The Tim before he got addicted to heroin. That is not funny, bro. Pretend like I didn't say that. Without further ado, I'm not addicted to heroin, by the way. Let's watch myself once again. I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but before I did Timothy Reviews, I did these short reviews of essentially whatever I felt like talking about. I was inspired by Jeremy Johns. Y'all know he did blackface a while back. Wait, I already made this joke before. The audio is pretty bad, so you can hardly hear my voice. These videos are bad anyway, so you're not missing much.
To review this. That was all a joke.
Oh my gosh. Alright, now we can talk about Timothy Reviews. Since I've covered a good chunk of my content from 2016 in the last video, I'll go ahead and skip forward a bit. So let's start with this Ghostbuster review I did. I have no idea why, but for some reason there's two versions of this video. The first one is the original, where Sonic and Shadow are Ghostbusters. Don't ask why. And the second one begins with this dragged out sketch where I'm on the phone with Supersonic X22, and then we cut to me running away. Oh yeah, that's supposed to be an explosion. I was still learning how to edit, man. Hey, this ending is kind of hard. Y'all just don't see the vision.
No vision.
Now we head to 2017. This is where I made one of the worst decisions ever. I decided to put my logo on the bottom right of the screen. Bro, look at this fuck ass logo. It's taking up too much space. Also, I'm not looking at these in order because I do not remember the release dates of any of these. Starting with the review of the Michael Jackson Experience. This is where I played a different character named Trevor Jackson. Look, I never had a budget with these videos, but come on, man. All I did was put on a hoodie and some glasses.
So by adding a jacket in the microphone makes you feel it.
Yo, I just said that, bro. That's why it's about as corny as it gets. There's this review I did of Hey You Pikachu, and it's basically just me talking to myself while this pink bunny is sitting on my bed. The skit doesn't even go anywhere, so there's nothing to say. I still have yet to play this game, but I review Sonic and the Secret Rings with Supersonic X22. That's not his name anymore. The sketch is where my cousin played both a grandpa and his grandson. We couldn't afford a fake gray beard, so of course he looks exactly the same.
Grandpa?
Anyway, the grandpa character tells his grandson about the Sonic and the Secret Rings review I was working on. Over time, the grandson will interrupt the story, and at the end, it's revealed that none of what the grandpa said was true.
Hey, what does that say right there? Why does it say dumb kid?
Look, I can't lie, this skit was bad, but hey, I thought it was funny overall. You're probably noticing a pattern here. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but that's my cousin. When we were both younger, we wasted a lot of our time filming sketches for these reviews. So heads up, you're going to see him a lot. Here's a weird one. Y'all remember Pac-Man Party? I decided to review the game back in 2017, but here's the weird part. The gameplay footage is obviously from me. However, the gameplay footage is from 2015. Yes, 10 years ago. Also, the first half of the skit is from a skit I did. Well, that's written terribly. The first half of the skit is from a skit I did back in 2016. Sadly, I don't remember what the skit was for, but I can guarantee it was something Sonic related. Back then, I did this marathon called Timothy Reviews Retro. Even though most of my channel was dedicated to me reviewing older games, it started with Sonic Labyrinth. The opening skit was dubbed by my man Edgar. He's actually done like 3 of these stop motion sketches if I'm not mistaken, but this was nice to see again. Next up was Crash Bandicoot, and this skit was just me reacting to 3 GIFs dancing on the screen. Next was the review of GTA 3. The first half of this skit isn't mine. I edited the thing, of course, but my cousin made this. However, the second half was all my idea. Oh my god. Of course his name is Jaquan. That's an inside joke between me and him. The skit made no sense, dude. I don't know how I convinced myself to lay my goofy ass on the ground. It was the summer too, so I know it was hot as shit. The last one was Rice Star, which again, the skit was used from 2016. The skit was from my review of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Unfortunately, the video was taken down due to copyright. Didn't stop me from reusing the skit. If you look closely, you can see me holding the DVD to the Grinch. After Timothy Reviews Retro was done, it was time to celebrate my 1-year anniversary. And for that celebration, I decided to review Atlantis SquarePants for PS2. What me and my cousin did essentially essentially was recreate my first review of SpongeBob Battle of Bikini Bottom, but instead of going outside to fill the rest, I pretended as if I broke my leg, and we did the rest of the video inside. In other words, we filmed inside because it was too hot outside. I think my cousin and I managed to do a good job recreating scenes from my first review. Also, this part made me laugh.
We're gonna be taking a look at SpongeBob?
No.
Look, I can't lie, this was impressive. The next video, I'll keep this brief because I plan on talking about this game in the future. Jesus Christ, this shit's taking forever. But I reviewed The Simpsons Road Rage. In this skit, the son is annoyed because his dad won't pay him his allowance. Until...
Are you sure about that?
I have no idea how I got away with playing this song. Rest in peace, Young Greatness. The audio is way too low, so I can't hear a thing. Another video my cousin and I did over the summer was Tekken 7. There is a skit we filmed, of course, but this review, if you can call it that, was just me and him playing Tekken 7. Or more so watching him beat me because I suck at fighting games, dude. That's why I don't play them. Hell, I get heated playing kart racers too. That's why Crossworlds was pissing me off. Anyway, this was fun to watch. There's literally no reason for me to repost this, but this is great. And not gonna lie, watching me lose in Tekken 7 reminds me of Flow Tear God when he's playing fighting games.
I'm driving the corner.
It's the same old fucking shit!
Next is my review of Crash 20 Sanity. And this skit shows me running out of things to review, until, you guessed it, my cousin calls me with a suggestion. That's about it. One more video I'll mention before moving on to my next marathon is Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
I know you ain't about to do no.
Yep, you know what? Never mind. Time for Timothy Reviews Halloween. For this marathon, I reviewed The Seed of Chucky, Saw, Bendy and the Ink Machine, and Five Nights at Freddy's 3. My review of FNAF 3 was the only one to have a skit, but there isn't much to it. It's just me talking to Springtrap.
I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake at nighttime, real late at night.
Alright, that was a little funny. The next video was to celebrate my 50th episode, so I decided to review Just Dance. What? There's a part where I blew up someone's house, but this skit takes way too long. The bottom of my face is cut off, so it's a bit distracting. The last two videos I'll mention from 2017 are LEGO Star Wars and LEGO Ninjago. The LEGO Star Wars video is a review of the game on PS2, with these overly dragged out sketches and me getting characters' names incorrect. And for some reason, Kanye West is in this video. Also, the opening scroll I did is filled to the brim with the grammatical errors. Overall, this was ambitious for me, I guess, but this review is pretty boring. Next is the LEGO Ninjago video. The skit was about me trying to avoid getting any more copyright strikes on my channel. So I got the idea to review LEGO Ninjago, but without using any clips from the movie. It was essentially a clipless review, but I'd never seen the movie, so you can tell how this went.
Wait, that was a freaking terrible review.
That's literally what I said. I have no idea what this ending bit was about, but it made me chuckle.
You alright, man?
And that was my last Timothy Reviews video ever. I gave the fuck up. Actually, wait, before we move on, I recently found these behind the scenes videos I made. They're pretty short, but I love watching these. Seeing both me and my cousin break character is so funny. Except for the GTA 3 skit. It was hot outside, y'all.
Bro, we just started and you're trying to laugh.
Yeah, my tone was a bit rough, but this nigga kept laughing. Actually, no, before we wrap up, I want to briefly mention I attempted to reboot my channel back in 2017, and I ended up making 4 episodes, but I can only find 1. I don't know where the other 3 are at. Anyway, the intro. I got the idea to have... I convinced my cousin to write a rap song for my intro, and guess what? I still have it! I'm about to play the whole thing, so David, if you're watching this, here's a timestamp.
Hit you up with some Timothy Reviews, variety of cool, fun videos for you to choose, full of his opinions and funny skits. So good it's something you really don't want to miss. Reviews, movie shows, and videos. Content so good it's like some good old Oreos, but you don't want to forget the video games too. Always bringing joy to viewers like you. Help if you just comment, like, and subscribe to help sprout all them good vibes. Now just kick back, relax, and listen. The review's about to start, and it's something you really don't want to miss.
Hey, that shit was hard. Oh my gosh.
Timothy Reviews will be right back after these messages.
So I obviously didn't stay gone for long, so sometime in 2018, Timothy Reviews made a return. I started things with a review of GTA 4, and while I'm happy the review is short, this is still pretty bad. However, the skit here was pretty interesting. The hell happened to the light? My cousin was playing this nerdy character, and I was trying to teach him how to talk cool.
Alright, how about this? I'm gonna say some words, and you're gonna try and copy off me, you dig?
I mean, I really can't dig if I don't have the proper tools, but I understand the statement you made.
Bro, come on now. I may not remember every single skit I've done over the years, but I will always remember this ending. I am so prepared to receive a copyright claim. Anyway, my first few videos were unscripted, but I'm only mentioning Baldi's Basics because this ending bit made me laugh. And I also review Ratchet & Clank, Tools of Destruction. This opening skit makes no sense, but look, it's my sister, she looks goofy. Oh yeah, I also did Timothy Reviews Retro again. The games I looked at were Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Golden Axe, Mega Man 2, and Streets of Rage. The Streets of Rage video features yet another stop motion video made by my friend Edgar. Aside from that, this Timothy Reviews Retro was boring. The energy wasn't there. I guess I realized that back then, so I decided to lock in and review one of my favorite video game series of all time, Kingdom Hearts. I don't talk about it enough on this channel, but I love this series to pieces. I want to talk about this series more in depth in the future, so I won't say too much. The skit opens with me telling my cousin he should train to be a Keyblade wielder.
David, you shall receive the power of the Keyblade.
That's not even a Keyblade.
Yeah, obviously, I was broke. I have a Keyblade now though. Look, I know I just gave myself high praises for writing a script, but holy fuck, this review is awful. I was getting shit wrong left and right, and I'm pretty sure I called Donald a good party member. Hell, I didn't even finish the game at the time. Kingdom Hearts 1 is fucking hard, dude. 16-year-old Tim couldn't do it. I still give myself credit for making this review flow properly, but this script could have been so much better. My next review was GTA 4 again, but this time I looked at the DLC, The Ballad of Gay Tony. Look, it's Dream HJ. Bro, that hasn't been his name for a while now. The skit was about me trying to earn money, so Dream HJ tries to help out. The skit is fine and the review is okay, but the reason I try to avoid this video as much as possible is because of this. What are you doing? Get your stupid ass off the floor.
I'm very sorry you had to see that.
Yeah, me too. I also reviewed the Flash version of Super Smash Bros. With my friend Jet. The skit was me trying my best to ignore him, kinda like what I'm doing now. I'm joking. And then you got Jet with his loud ass mic and then you try to blame me for it. Also, this ending was funny as hell, I can't lie.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir. It's Future Tim. I just realized that I couldn't transition from this scene properly, so here I am now. Next, I'll briefly talk about Sonic before the sequel. Not the review because there wasn't much to it, but the music. Oh my god, I forgot how much I love this soundtrack. Y'all remember Sunset Star? Let me just get this out of the way. Since 2018 was the time I really got into Kingdom Hearts, I was reviewing the games in order of release. I made it all the way to Birth by Sleep, and somehow I have every single one of these videos. Except Kingdom Hearts 2. I have the footage of us filming the skit, but that's it. I have no clue where this video is. Anyway, to briefly go over all of them, my video of Rechain of Memories is filled to the brim with misinformation about the story. The skit wasn't too bad though. It was about me going back through time, or some shit like that. At the time, I thought the editing was great. It definitely is rough around the edges now, but I think the skit is solid. 358 Days Over 2 wasn't much to talk about, and the Birth by Sleep review doesn't have a skit at all. This video was me trying to make sense of the Kingdom Hearts story, and I think I did a pretty decent job. Looks like that's all of my Kingdom Hearts reviews. Hopefully really soon I can make a video about this series. Skipping ahead a bit, we can also talk about Timothy Reviews of Halloween. Oh, I'm sorry, the Grim Adventures of Timothy Reviews. I used the theme song from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy if it wasn't obvious. I only reviewed 3 projects in 2018. I started things off with Fella Day. I still haven't seen this movie, so there isn't much here. Next was a review of the mobile game called Granny.
Originality. Originality.
Yo, back up. You know what, to save time, the last game I reviewed was called Welcome to the Game, and it was also nothing special. Timothy Reviews Halloween was pretty underwhelming. Can't say it's gotten any better. I reviewed another Just Dance game because I have no idea why. I'm not sure which game it was, but the review is fine, I guess. I was dancing with my sister. Oh shit! What is she doing here, bro? Let's wrap up 2018 by talking about Spider-Man. I reviewed the Raimi trilogy, and honestly, I think my thoughts still hold up. Also, my Spider-Man 1 review had a tribute to Etika. Rest in peace to the GOAT. For some reason, instead of reviewing the movie, I reviewed the Amazing Spider-Man game. Again, this review has no skit, but I was tripping, dude. I was reviewing the Wii version of this game. I said this was the worst Spider-Man game ever made. I mean, sure, it's no Insomniac Spider-Man, but this game is fun. Also, to this day, I think this is the funniest edit I've ever made. Come on, man, this video is a classic. Now we've made it to 2019. So this video is taking longer than usual due to this year. While looking through my older projects, I realized that I made a lot more videos than I thought I did. This section will be brief since the reviews from 2019 have no sketches, except for my review of Pepsi Man 2. Yeah, I'm stupid as shit. I lied in the video saying this was a cancelled sequel, but in reality, it's just a mod from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I give myself this skit is kind of funny.
Oh shoot! Stop!
I really can't call this a review since I'm not reviewing anything. Overall, this video was just okay.
Nothing even happened.
Next is my review of Sonic Mania Plus. You know, watching these made me realize how weird my humor was back in high school. A lot of jokes in these videos were so odd, but hey, I respect it.
God help you, Ellie. You're supposed to stay in the closet until the slaves were left free.
Like, what does that even mean? There's also this one part where I was... just watch.
We're gonna stop right there. I'm not doing this no more.
This is where I'll breeze through everything else, because there isn't much to these other videos. I review Fortnite for some reason. I call the game okay despite never playing it. Until now, and I can't lie, the game is low-key kinda fun. I reviewed the mobile game no one remembers, Leap Day. I'll only bring this up because this is where I had a new intro made by my friend Milo. I can guarantee you that he's not watching this video right now, so I can finally say that you used to change your name so many times. I called Minecraft a bad game, which I regret saying because it's not true. Lastly, I'll mention my review of The Bachelor for the week. I think I was burnt out from Timothy reviews because I went unscripted and this video sucks. I did a review of South Park Stick of Truth and that shit was 4 minutes long. That's terrible. The last review from this era of Timothy reviews is a review of Sonic Lost World. Why the hell did I say that word so many times? Since I've never played the game, you can tell how this review went. After that, I rebooted the channel once again and made a video talking about Disney's post-Renaissance era, and the rest is history. Overall, this era of my channel lacked a lot of energy from 2017. These reviews were short and pretty bland, so these were a bit of a hard watch, especially my last few unscripted reviews. However, I'm happy I learned how to improve from this era. Somewhat. My upload schedule has gotten worse. So while that's all of my Timothy reviews videos, that's not all of my reviews. Over the years, I've tried to quit Timothy reviews quite a few times. So this section is focusing on my failed attempts to start up another channel, starting with the Come on, bro. I was even trying to hide it. So I ended up making 7 episodes of The Nostalgia Kid, but I can only find 4 of them. Here's the kicker though. Despite being in a different channel, I still played the intro from Timothy Reviews. So it makes me wonder, what was the point? The first review for this channel was The Spy Next Door. Does anyone remember this movie? No? Me neither. There is a skip in between the review, but it's nothing worth talking about. I reviewed Looney Tunes Back in Action, and a lot of the sketches here are reused. I made a random top 5 talking about movies everyone loves but I hate, and all of these picks were complete BS. The last 2 were Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. I haven't seen either one of these films in years, so I don't know if my thoughts still hold up. This is the part of the video where I get pissed off because I'm so serious when I say that a good chunk of my videos are gone. I know I did a review of the Fantastic Four, but I can't find it anywhere. I had some shitty footage from the making of that video because I swore my room was haunted. Everything was going wrong.
Hello.
Look at the phone.
Are you serious?
Hopefully y'all saw that. Lastly, in 2017, I attempted to make another series called, this is stupid. The channel was called That's My Hat, another failed reviewing channel. And you want to know how many videos I have saved from this series? All that shit is gone. Except for this behind the scene footage, thumbnails for future episodes, the screenshot, and the intro. That was something. Since I have no more reviews to cover, I'll end things off with the skit I did back in 2016. It was a cooking video and I made ramen noodles. The music was way too loud so you couldn't hear me well. I did a second one a few weeks later with my cousin, and that one, we made a pizza. The only reason I laugh so hard at this video nowadays is because I burnt the pizza I put in the oven and it woke up everyone in the house. These videos were fun to look back on. With that being said, that's all I got. Now of course, I'm happy I improved over the years. Don't think I'm calling these videos good because I'm nostalgic towards them. I just admired how much content I made over the years. I've been doing Timothy reviews for nearly a decade, which is crazy to think about. I never thought I'll still be doing this in the big year of 2025. My cousin and I had fun filming these dumb sketches every Sunday, man. 14-year-old Tim didn't give a shit, he just made whatever he wanted to. I may not look back at these videos fondly, but I have a huge soft spot for him. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why I stopped making Timothy reviews episodes in the latter half of 2019, it's because I was focusing on making my own adult animated show in high school. That's a story for another day.
Audio Jungle.